Obviously, adding a carrying strap to the one book cover to rule them all was a must. But how do you do that when the book cover is adjustable so that it fits all books? You make the strap adjustable too, and it's easier than you think.
Note that this is going to take place after step 4 in constructing your book cover. Starting with the strap fabric, fold in half lengthwise and press. Fold the long raw edges toward the center and press. Fold and press along the center line, enclosing those raw edges. Starting 2 inches below the end of the strap, top stitch 1/8 inch away from the edge. For extra reinforcement, repeat the top stitch on the fold side. Stop 2 inches before the opposite end. On the holder fabric, fold over the short ends by 1/4 inch and press. Fold the length in half and press. Fold the raw edges toward the center and press. Fold in half one last time and press to enclose the raw edges. Top stitch 1/8 inch along the open long side. On the main fabric, fold each end in half to mark the center. Using the measurements indicated in the pattern for your book sleeve size, make a line parallel to each end. Using the center marks of the ends, mark the center of the parallel line. Find the center of the length of the holder piece and match it up to the center of the parallel line. Pin the ends down so the holder is even along the parallel line. Repeat for the second holder. Using a hard ruler for accuracy, on each holder you will make 4 marks across the width. Regardless of book cover size, these will be 1.5 inch away from each end and 1 inch away from each of those lines. Sew 3 rectangles to attach the holder to the main fabric, backstitching on the short ends. From each end to the 1.5 inch mark, then between the 2 1 inch marks in the middle. This chart may be helpful to visualize where to sew. Repeat for the other side, then continue with step number 5. Now that you've finished step number 19, grab your strap. Beginning at one end, thread it through the 1 inch openings from one end to the other, turning and going back toward the start. Give yourself some slack on the strap and make sure it's flat. Open each end of the strap and line up the ends right sides together. Clip or pin them together. Sew the ends together with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Clip off the threads. Spread the seam open to each side and fold the strap back into its original position. This does take a little manipulating, so take it slow. Clips or pins are optional, but can help while you place the strap under the presser foot. Top stitch 1/8 inch away from the edges, sewing between the previous stitches to close the opening of the strap. If you top stitch the fold side, be sure to do that again now. All that's left is to add your book, and you can get carried away. You can also add the pockets with the strap, but the patch pocket needs special instructions. After you've prepped the patch pocket and the strap holders, you will follow these steps before continuing. Start by marking the center of the long side of the pocket and the center of the holder. Draw a line 2 inches away from the long side of the pocket. Use the center mark to find the center of the line. Line up the center of the holder with the center of the line and pin in place. If you haven't already, make the 1.5 inch and 1 inch lines on the holder. Sew the holder to the pocket by sewing the middle rectangle and 3 of the sides of the end rectangles, leaving the 1 inch openings intact, and the ends of the holder will be hanging off the edge of the pocket. Follow the pattern measurements and instructions for placing the pocket as normal. Sew the pocket to the main fabric, noting that you will sew through the holder but the ends will be loose. Sew a rectangle to secure the loose ends of the holder to the main fabric. Attach the second holder as directed and continue with step number 5.
The adjustable strap has become a must-have for all of my book covers. I love how smooth it lays when the book is open, how comfortable it is to slide on your arm, easy to grab out of the car when you leave. I could go on and on about how happy these straps make me, and I hope they make you happy too. Thanks for joining me through the tutorials that complement the You Shall Not Pass Up These Upgrades pattern. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, be sure to check out the products that are tagged in the video or the video links in the description below. Just pop on over to that literary sewing shop and see what else is coming up. If you have Instagram or TikTok, please tag me in your videos so I can see you showing off your book covers. I can't wait, and I'd love to see what you make. Happy sewing, everyone!